Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sink back again, going back to Iron Maiden, and this one has been requested by quite a few of you out there. Sea of Madness. This really was a fun one, and I use that word fun lightly. A lot going on in here, but don't get me wrong, it really is a fun song to play. Quite fast. Now, I was playing that riff and I thought I was motoring a little bit. I'm still not up to the full speed. Still working on it, but I thought, no, let me show you what you've got to play on this. And then you can work yourself up, because I know I'm getting quicker and quicker as I play this, but I thought if I'm going to wait until I'm up to the full speed, it's going to take me some time before I'm going to put that out. So I thought, no, let's just ease it back and show you the notes, and then you can start to build up your speed on this one, because it really is a picking exercise. It's not that it's going to improve your playing. I noticed that since I've been doing this, my movement across the strings and my picking has improved. So let's treat this as a picking exercise. I'm going to be covering all of the parts that are played by Dave Murray in this. I'm not going to be featuring Adrian Smith on this part because most of the work actually is done by Dave Murray. All the parts on this and the quick moves are all Dave Murray's. So it is a fun one. But don't come back and be going, it's slower. Yeah, if I played it right up to the speed, you probably wouldn't see what was going on anyway. The backing track is at 130 beats a minute, so it's a little bit slower as well. But again, it gives you a chance to get up to a fairly decent speed on this. If you do like this lesson, and I hope you do, please click on the like button. Also, if you've never been to the channel and you do enjoy this and all the other Iron Maiden lessons I've got out there, click on that subscribe button. I'm going for the big 10,000. I'm going to try and get this one as soon as possible with your help. I really would appreciate it. So, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, click on that bell. That way you're going to be told when I'm posting my next lesson, which won't be too far behind. But let's get into it and let me show you how to play Sea of Madness. So don't go away.
Preview.
Right, let's have a look at that opening riff. Now, the first two bars are played different to the remainder ones, so let me just play through that first of all. So when I'm playing there, I'm starting off on the open E string. Just two down chugs on that. Then we're going to play, which is 5-7 on the low E, going to 5 on the A. So we get... Now, the next part of the riff is the same as what we're going to play in the future. So we're going to play this, which is 4 on the A, going to the 7, and we play that 7 4 times. Go back to the 4, and then back to the 7. So now we're going to repeat that line again, but this time, instead of going back to the 4 that second time, we go down to the 3, so we get... And then we finish up with, which is 3 on the E, sorry, 4 on the E. And then doing that 5, 7, and then across to the 5. So if we put that together... Now, of course, I'm playing this a little bit slower than what is actually on the track. So let's just try and play that up to speed. Okay, not a bad effort, almost there. Now, that is played twice, where we do that one. Because that is the difference. Now, when we start into the main line, there is a change after we play them down strokes on the E. So what we get is this, which is just going to go 7, 5, 7 after we do them. And then it's back to... Now that is the mainstay of the riff that we're going to play. So look. So that is then the continual one that we're going to play. Now, there is a slight change what we're going to play. We're going to play that, I believe it's 5 times. So we play that. Then we have this change where we're going to play the first part of the riff. We get this. And then you go into... And then we've got this riff, which is open E, and then we play 7 to 5 on the A, and then we're going to go 7, 6, 5 on the E, finishing on the 3, and then we go back to the riff again. So we put this together. And then we're back into the normal one. Now again, we play that through, I believe, is another 4 times, and then we finish up that whole riff by just playing out on that. And that takes us to the end of that intro section. Now, when I've been playing this riff, I have been playing it slow, just really so you can hear exactly what's going on. Because if it's played up to the speed, it's very hard to hear. But the key things you're looking for is that, obviously, that on the first one. But when we start playing, it's getting that, hearing that, and then back. But it does take some picking to get it up. To get it up to that speed. And again, I'm still slightly off the pace on that. I'm still working on it. But what I've done with the backing track, I've just brought it down a little bit of a slower speed. You know, bucking the trend where everyone's speeding up the video. I'm actually slowing this down a bit because I think it's more important for you to see exactly what's going on. The more confident you get with this, the quicker you'll be able to play it. So let's move on now into the next phrase, which is a little bit easier to play. And so I'll just play the next section. Right, so what we're playing here, we are going to start off with an E low E string to an E5, back to a low E to the E5, and then we've got 2 chugs, and then we're going to move across to 8 on the A and 7 on the D, and we're going to play an E, and then we're going to drop our little finger on the 9th on the D. So we play that back to an E, followed by 2 downstrokes. So we've always got this feel. And I'm going to move up to 10 and 9 on the A and the D, and we play through that same rhythm again, but we're going to drop down onto the 10. So let me just again walk you through nice and slow. Then back to 8-7, and then I'm going to drop my finger onto 10, and we get, and then back to, so that is our first one. Now we are going to repeat that same process again, but we're not going to go to that F5 chord at the end. So the next one goes, we're down on that 7, 8-7, and we get, So we're going to work down to this A power chord. So we got that last one, which is going 7. And what I'm just doing there, I've got that. I hit it again, E, and this time I'm going to play 7 and 5, another open E, followed by an A5 chord. So I'm going to just walk through this whole chord sequence again. Takes me down to that A5 chord. Right, let's move on to the next sequence in this song. Now we've got another great powerful riff in this song, and to me this is very reminiscent of the style of Queensryche. If you've played any Queensryche music before, you'll get what I mean on this. Really is a nice movement up the guitar fretboard on this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the riff through, and then I'll show you how it actually links into the previous part. So, here we go. Okay, quite a bit going on there. Now, it's actually not that bad once you get the rhythm down when you're playing this. Now, when we played that previous section, when we came out of that part and we went down to the A5, we are already started on that part. Because what we're going to play is... that's that run up. So we start off with this A, where we came down. Now what we're going to do there is we're going to play another A, followed by an A. So we get this A5. So it's A, and we got 4 chugs on the A string. And we're going to do an A, back to an A. See that? Back to that A string. And then we're going to move up and we're going to play, which would be a F chord, but we're playing it as an F5, that shape. So we're playing 3 on the D, 5 on the G, and 6 on the B string. And we work through the same idea as what we did through the A. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that F chord shape and we're going to play the same rhythm, but moving it up 2 frets to a G. So we get this. And then we take that same rhythm from that G to the E5 power chord. So again, I'm going to walk this real nice and slow so you can follow this through. Nice little run. Moving up that, and I say, if you played any Queensryche, you'll get the idea exactly what I'm thinking. Go way back to one of my early lessons, Empire by Queensryche. Same kind of chug movement that you're playing there. Now, once we get to the E5, we're going to play this. And all we're doing is we're just playing across an E5. Up to a G. And then we've got this little riff, which is playing 7, 8 across, 7 on the E to 8 on the B. Then we go 8 on the E, back to the 7, 8 on the B, Finish on the G, a little bit of whammy bar, so that final part. And then it goes back to the A. So we've played that whole section twice, and now we're going to go back in towards a verse. But there's a little bit of a twist on this, which is what we're going to look at now. Now here is the twist. As we've come out of that 2, 3, 4, we go into the same riff we played at the beginning, but we play it from the A string. So we get this. We play that twice, so we play the exact same riff, but across the A and the D. So I've got that A, then 7, 5, 7 on the D, and then 4, 7 on the D. Play that twice. Then we go back to of course, we play that 4 times, and then we've got the final one. And then we're back. To that. So we're playing the whole thing twice after we played that part that goes across the A and the D and then back to the E and the A string. So that's that little twist there. Right, let's move on. So next up we have this line. Right, so what we're doing here, we got 3 5s on the A string. And then we do a 7 9. Back to the 5s. So the first part. Now we're going to move up and we do a 5 7 9 and then to the 7 on the D string. Then we got a 7. And then a 9 7 9. Going to the 10 on the A. Please. Go back to the 7 on the D. And then we do a 9 10 on the A. And then we got a 5 4 5. And then we start the same as we did previously. And to finish, we've got a 7 9 D5 power chord. So I'll walk that one through. Okay, now we're into a more rhythmic part, which is used quite a bit in this song, a little bit later on as well. So let me just start. Right, now we're into the section heading towards the solos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what Dave Murray is playing through this section. So again, I'll just play it through. Okay, now after we've done that first initial cycle, the whole thing just keeps on repeating round. The only thing is that little part at the beginning, there's a little riff in between. But we start off on the D5 to an A5. Which is just open A. 4, 5, 4. Taking me to a B5. So now from the B5 I do an A to a G. And then from that we go to an A to a D. Now this time, this is where it cycles. We don't put that little riff in anymore, so we just go in. So that is that rhythm that is played through, and if you follow this through on the tablature, which will be included, you'll be able to see that we go through, I believe it's 4 times that we cycle around through that. Right, let's move on to the next section. Right, what we've done now for this section, I have changed to a clean setting, and I've got some chorus on it, and I've got some delay and some reverb. So let me just go through this next section. Now, that continues while we've got the solo there being played by Adrian Smith over the top of that. But this is purely what Dave Murray is playing. Now, what we're doing here, we're really relying on B and the E string staying as open notes. And we're moving across, which would be C sharp 5. With the 2 open strings there. So what we do to start this one right at the beginning, we got 3 downstrokes on that chord. Then I'm going to play open B and E. Then I come back and I play 4 and 4 on the B and G. And then I move across and I'm going to play 6 on the D and I'm going to play 4 on the G with them open strings. And then we're going to move down to a B5 again with the open strings. We're going to utilize them open strings. So if I put it together, back. Now we just go back in, so we don't go kind of movement after that, so we just got. And that just cycles round after that initial phase. So, just keep playing that round and round and round. Now, Dave Murray stays with the clean setting, but Adrian Smith comes back out of his solo and he's back on the electric guitar, but the two are playing the same thing. So what I'm really going to do, I'm going to, even though Dave Murray did stay on the clean setting, I'm going to switch back so you can hear it coming in with the overdrive over the top of that. So it goes like this. And it goes back in to our opening riff again. So what am I playing there? Well, it's very similar to what I played previously. I'll just back off on the gain so you can hear that. I'm playing that B5, but what I'm doing, I'm opening, so it's like a sus2. So I've got 2 bars of that, and I move back up to that C sharp. Then Then I go across, and what I'm playing this E, but I'm not, it's an inversion. I'm just playing through I'm playing 6 on the D string, I'm playing 4 on the G string, and then I'm playing 5 across the B string. I keep my bar in there, so back, further 2 bars, and then I'm back to the we go back into that riff again. Now at this point we're going to repeat everything we've done. So we've gone back into that main riff, we play that main riff, and we finish up with that. And then we back into that. Play through all of that section. But then instead of going down to the A, that section, what we do, we play the A chord, but here. So we're going to play a 7, 9, and 10. 7 on the D, 9 on the G, and 10 on the B. So we get this. And then we get this change. So I'm going back to that F, and then we move up to the G, back to the A. So this is what it would sound like. And that just keeps it on looping round and round. Just keep playing that. Now, I believe you're going to be doing that around about 8 times again, but if you follow it through on the tablature, you'll be able to check that out. Now, that riff keeps on being played over and over, and that takes you to the end of the song. It actually fades out on that, but that riff is played over the top. Adrian Smith is playing a little lead line over the top of that, but the main rhythm guitar, which is I'm focusing purely in this lesson, is that little section there. So we've covered all of the parts for Sea of Madness, and as you can see, there's an awful lot of work involved in this one to learn it. It took long enough to actually break it down to be able to teach it you. So I really do hope you've enjoyed the effort going into this. It really did take some time to not only be able to play it, but to explain it. And I do hope I've done a fairly decent job on that. But of course, there's going to be a link down there that will take you to the tablature, and that will help you out. But this is purely Dave Murray's part that we're looking at. I'm not looking at what Adrian Smith is doing at that. I might decide in the future to go through all the parts for Adrian Smith, but I will probably put that on my premium channel. And of course, if you haven't seen the premium channel, do check out the link below, take you to it. New stuff's being added on there all the time that isn't available on this standard YouTube channel. So well worth checking it out. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you get into this and enjoy yourself. That's the main thing about this. So until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker wishing you well. Until the next time, goodbye.